Hello guys, my name is TheRussianBadger, and in the spirit of variety, a few days ago I asked all of you for a suggestion as to what I should use for my next video in terms of a class setup, and I was amazed with the response because so many of you replied to me. I didn't think I would get that many responses. Most of the time when I'll send out a tweet or something and saying, oh, I think yogurt is awesome because it has live cultures, 20 of you will reply with something like, awesome, or great. But in this case, it seemed like it was just overwhelming, where 200 to 400 of you replied with specific class setups that I should use, and I decided on one from, I don't think this is his name, alright? I don't think John Johnson is his real name. And I also had to, in MS Paint, yes, believe it or not, I had to black out his name because it was a little inappropriate. I can't say those words without offending at least 3.5 children in the room if one of them's like a Mexican baby toddler or something. I think that's half a person. But in terms of size, we're all equal in terms of racial grounds. I don't want to sound racist at all. And I somehow pulled off killing this guy, Carl, with 2% health left. All you had to do... He could have, spit on me and I would have died. 2% health, you're so close to the grave, the Grim Reaper's just, tickling your chin. It's terrible. Not that I've experienced that at all, but, okay. So, John Johnson recommended yet again, I don't think this is his name, but you can see on the tweet, I had to black out a lot of it, because I can't say the second half of this tweet. I can't say, yeah, L86A2 naked with G18, F with I can't say that, alright? So please, in your requests, and this is sort of the precedent that I'm setting, how about this? How about I only operate off of requests in the future? So I don't get to choose my own classes, I don't get to run around with an 80K or an M16 or anything like that. You guys get to choose the classes. I guess that's a little bit more interactive and includes you guys a little bit more, so I am all for that. So he says L86A2, well he says L86A2, I'm sure he meant L86A2, and oh man, I was so close. Very, very close to getting all these guys, and I don't get the final guy, and it's... Sadly, the tank knows exactly where I am. So that's another attempt at the MCOM that just failed miserably. So I thought to myself, okay, one lurk spot doesn't work, the second lurk spot doesn't work. Look at the cloth monster sitting in the corner, I will get to my favorite lurk spot. And the reason that this lurk spot is so wonderful is because this wall to my left-hand side cannot be broken. It's not like a Bad Company 2 thing where you think that wall is invincible or impervious to explosions. I want to think again, pal, and that's the perfect reason. That's the exact justification for me lurking right here, is that I can always pick out anybody at B. The only person that I can't obviously shoot is somebody that would be on the far side of B, somehow diffusing through the wall like some kind of vault ninja. That's the only person that I can't shoot in the face. So I would say 99.9% it's like the amount of germs that can be killed by Purell. 99.9% of the guys that are going to try to defuse B, I can usually shoot in the face. So, now that I have established what I'm using and why, and that I'm operating purely off of requests from you guys because it's more interactive and you guys get included in the process, I think that's definitely it's not only more interactive, but more including, and it's more, I'm trying to show my compassion for your opinion. Most of the time when people comment or Facebook or tweet, I'm not really huge on the social media stuff in terms of oh my god, I have 30,000 Twitter followers, yet I follow 20,000 people. What are you doing? How can you keep track of that much information at one point in time? I don't get it. But the L86A2 is wonderful. You were expecting me to say something terrible because most of the class setups you go, oh, Glock block on that guy. Just barely. I always feel like I get him with the last 2 or 3 bullets out of the Glock. I don't know why. Maybe I'm just that inaccurate, and that's pretty much my policy on accuracy. I don't need to be more accurate. I need to fire more bullets. That's the way it works. It's like a Borderlands type justification. I don't know if that line of reasoning is exactly logical to you, but I guess it makes some sort of sense to me. Now, I have to say, among the requests that you guys gave me, the L86A2 with a G18 is certainly a very tame class. Some other guys were like, oh yeah, how about the primary is mortar and your secondary is C4, but the C4 only has to be put down one at a time and you can only detonate one at a time. That's the L86A2 compared to the other classes that you guys were going to resort to, peekaboo, somehow he thought I was going right and I went left and he got it right in the face. Now, I thought Mr. Tank Monster up here was farther up the bridge, and I thought I could flank around the side of him, but I guess that didn't work out too well at all. But he makes a special guest star appearance a few seconds later after I get perfect amount of bullets. 46 bullets is perfect for that type of... Because you guys know, I want to say at least the first 6 of my bullets are going to miss, and the last 6 are barely going to hit. So, totally worth it. Totally worth it because, yeah, because of the point counter, and I just didn't want the tank to go anywhere. I think it's, yeah, sure, you're suiciding. It's a double kill. It's not that great. However, I think that just taking out the tank opens up so much, and it takes away so much vulnerability from your team, especially on the bridge. It is wonderful. And you'll notice that I am not exactly a fan of aiming down sight if people are, or the enemy is in 20-25 meters. I'm always debating that. Like, Badger, you usually hip fire from like 30 meters. Or, yeah, nice one, teammate, but I still sort of debate it. I think it almost grows as I play Battlefield. So if I play Battlefield for like an entire day or like an entire weekend, it just turns into, I could probably hip fire that guy. And then, oh, okay, that's at 30 meters. And then at 40 meters, I could probably hip fire that guy. And then before you know it, I'm like halfway across the, I could probably hip fire that guy. And you see, I'm sort of learning that you can't. No, that's not going to work. The bullets go everywhere. It's very simple. But that was one of your challenges, believe it or not. One of you wanted to meet... Okay, it's not the L86. It's similar. It's the one of you wanted me to use the L86A... excuse me. L85, right? L85 with a laser sight and only hip fire. You can only hip fire. There's no aiming down sight. So some of these challenges get very, very goofy. I get the recon, but again, can't get his buddy that comes in later on. But I'm definitely looking forward to all these challenges that you guys have for me. A lot of it was like, you know, knife only, or in the overwhelming. I don't know what this guy was playing in the Amtrak. I don't think they carry anything other than rock music in these kind of tanks. I didn't think he had Beethoven, but whatever. It's sad to be listening to sort of Beethoven, and then you get out just like just over and over and over again. But I have to say that a lot of you requested the FAMAS. Okay, what was it? Who was this? It was FAMAS. Not even grip. Some of you didn't even say grip, but the basic gist was you guys want me to run around with the FAMAS either with no attachments whatsoever and have a terrible time aiming down sight, or the FAMAS with a 7-time rifle scope. Somehow headshotted that guy jumping out of the stairs. That I can't even begin to tell you how lucky that was. Now, I don't really believe in luck. It's not one of those things where, oh, I totally think there's this external force that is somehow turning things in my favor in my general daily conduct. I don't think that really exists. I mean, I definitely believe in probabilities, but I don't think that luck is... I just don't believe in luck. It's kind of silly, if you will. I know it might sound a little weird because, oh, meow, 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 you didn't kill that guy because you're skillful, you just got lucky. And you know what? I was going to take a sandwich. I totally thought about it, but I just thought there was too many people that were able to suddenly pop out of some closet. Ah, surprise, man! And then, like, there were so many people that lurked in our spawn that I didn't think would be there. I just said to myself, I shouldn't be knifing. I should not be knifing. It's not worth it 90% of the time. I'm probably going to get knifed myself, or he's going to turn around knowing my, I don't want to say luck again, but okay, knowing my luck, he's going to turn around and no-scope me right in the face, because that's happened 87 too many times. Not that I'm keeping track or anything, but that is the most annoying thing in the world. When you have a kill sewn up, and the guy turns around and pow! Right in the kisser, and that's the end of your streak. That's awesome. But I think I can definitely get away with it. Like you can see from a lot of these distances, I can easily get away with hip firing the L86A2 because it is... I'm not technically correct on this. Is it built off of the assault rifle? I know there's a definite... I mean, if you look at it cosmetically and from a physical appearance standpoint, obviously this rifle has to be somehow related to the L85A2. I don't know in real life in the whole context of if it was built, like one was built off of the other, but... I know they're... I don't know if it's Austrian, or I'm pretty sure the British use it, if I'm not mistaken. If I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure I could be totally wrong. I know like half of England right now is, you what, mate? Like, he totally... I just watched Layer Cake. I know exactly the way that English people behave. Oh god, that movie. It's wonderful. It's such a wonderful movie. I love all of those movies. You know, like, not necessarily just English gangster movies, but I definitely like the whole Guy Ritchie theme of there's all these different gangs and all these different groups of people, and they're all somehow interrelated, and then one plays into the other. I think the whole interconnected web of relationships and a lot of those British mob, not necessarily mob, but gangster movies or drug movies, I find those really, really appealing. At least when I'm slightly, I don't want to say like sedated from eating too much pizza late at night, but they're so enjoyable to watch, especially when you have a wonderful meal in front of you. Now, you might think the joke's on me because this guy happened to have shot me in the face with his Val. However, this guy's my ace in the hole, and he revived me so many times. It is just wonderful. But something that I figured out is that it takes you a very, very long time to force the right side here. That guy gets revived, got a spawn protection, and wonderful. Now, I don't think there's a spawn protection on a revive that's quite the same as like a spawn protection when you originally spawn in, but I think for a split second, he can't be damaged as he first gets revived. I don't know if you guys can like confirm that for me or not, but I definitely think that there's some sort of element of invulnerability as soon as he's revived, and you can't quite punch holes in him quite yet. And just in the spirit of the second of... Okay, so I got A, I want to think... Okay, no, I got B on the second set of objectives, and I got this, so 2 MCOMs total, but I just felt the need to put a team on my back, though, and... don't do it, young blood! I somehow got the guy with the nade. Kobe is looking over my shoulder right now, smiling, as is Wesley Snipes, and that is... I don't know why. I don't know why I never got spotted. You saw how many guys ran past me, ran around me, ran to the left of me. I guess just prone is that deadly. Maybe I'm just like a snake in the grass, like that soccer position. Do you guys remember that when you were like 6? Everyone would just like swarm around the ball, and then you would hang around the halfway, like the halfway line, just waiting for somebody to kick it towards you. The snake in the grass come out of nowhere and score a goal like a cherry picker. Oh god, that's so awful. That's so awful, especially if you ask me. But I want to thank you guys very much for watching. I will see you guys next time. Please leave your suggestions for the more enjoyable or torturous class setups that I should be using in the next video, but I will see you guys next time. Auf Wiedersehen und bis bald. And for your bonus clip, it's going to be the handy dandy, the QBB88, if I'm not mistaken, but it's fun to use, especially on no shark canals, and that last shot is so dandy. It will make you smile. But I'll see you guys next time. Auf Wiedersehen und bis bald und later.